Hi everyone. I was first going to clean things up here a little bit, but I just can't do it. I'm having trouble. Um but I wanted to show you something. I just went out to the mailbox and I had ordered this card shuffler. I had ordered this card shuffler because me and Jeffrey, we play Uno a lot, and we play cards, different kind of card games. And so in Jeffrey's little hands, he can't hardly shuffle when it's his turn to shuffle. So I ordered this here automatic shuffler. Well, I took the card shuffler out, and it's sitting over there in Papa's area, so he can put batteries in it for us, because that's his fix-it shop over there, and he knows how to do that kind of thing. But then I was almost out that box into the rubbish, and then I thought, I got so many things going at one time. Why not have one more? So it's quite a sturdy box. So I decided what I'm going to do is this is a different kind of journaling. This is a different kind of memory keeping. And it just popped into my head. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about the farm that I grew up in Minnesota at, our farm. We had a dairy farm, and when I was 14, we had to leave the dairy farm and move to Florida because my father was having a lot of trouble with the cold weather, and he also had a woodcraft company that he built cupboards and stuff, cabinets. Had a cabinet shop. He was cabinet builder. But and so he couldn't stay up there anymore. We had to move to warmer climate, and so here we are in sunny Florida. Well, I really missed the farm. I was so sad that I had to leave it because I loved the farm. I mean, I loved the farm. I just loved it. And so, but we left and we came to Florida. But my memories now of the farm, I just don't want to lose my memories. My memories are just like gold. Of my whole life up there in Minnesota. It was just wonderful. We lived up near Duluth, in that area, Carlton County, it was called, and Thompson Township. Actually, the little town was Esco. But when I saw this box, this thought came to me, and I am going to actually rebuild the barn. I loved the barn. I loved spending my time in the barn with the cows. We had a dairy farm, so we had a lot of dairy cows. We had Holstein cows, and they got milk twice a day, and then the dairy would come, and Meadowbrook Dairy would come and pick up the milk every day. And I loved the farm. I just loved it. So this is, and I know I can rebuild the farm. I mean, I know I can. The barn is so prevalent in my memory that I know I can imitate it right here in this box. This box is going to be the beginning of rebuilding the barn. The barn is no longer there. The people that bought our farm, there was more than one barn there. There was 2 barns and a tractor shed and blacksmith shop and a big old garage with storage rooms, and there was a lot of buildings at the farm. The milk house, the pump house. They took down the barn. That was my greatest memory. But it's still alive in my memory. So I'm going to build. This is going to be a memory journal box. I don't know what this is going to be, but it's going to be the barn. It's going to be the barn. It's going to have the barn-shaped roof on it. It's going to have that. It's going to have, there was a double door right here on this side where hay bales got stored. Then there was the door that went into the barn here. Then there was some windows here, another door that went into the barn here, and then more windows here. And the top, it was one of them old-fashioned barns, so it was up and then in and then out, and so that this part of the roof kind of stuck out a little further. Then on the front of the barn, or this side of the barn, then up here there were, no, actually they were in the top part, because now the roof is going to come up like this and down like a roof goes. And then there was the hay bales. I mean the hay double doors up here, because this is a hay loft up here. So there was double doors here that went into the hay loft. Then around in the back of the barn, there were windows all along here. Then there was a door here that the cows actually went in and out in the summertime when they went out. In the summertime, they went in and out of the barn, to the pasture, back to the barn, to the pasture, back to the barn. And this is the door that they come in. Then at this very side of the barn, then there was another big door here, and it had a track coming out of it because there was, well, it was called a manure bucket. And that there was a track all the way through the barn, and you'd slide that manure bucket down the track, and as you was cleaning up behind the cows, because there was like a gutter, behind the cows, and you'd clean and put the manure into the manure bucket, and then it would come out this back door, and then that track went even farther out that back door, and then you would go down there, and then you'd dump into that pile. That pile then grew through the year, and then they'd use that pile for fertilizing the hayfields in the spring. But in the summertime now, they went in and out, like I say, but in the wintertime, they stayed inside the barn. The cows didn't go outside in the snow. They didn't like that. They liked to be inside where it's nice and cozy and warm. And I would spend a lot of time in the barn. That's where I loved being. I loved those cows like you wouldn't believe. I loved the smell of the hay. I loved cleaning up after the cows. I didn't care. I shoveled that manure. It didn't bother me. But when you grow up with it, it's just such a part of life that you don't really think about. And so what I'm going to do is I'm building the barn. This is going to be the barn. And then I don't know exactly yet how I'm going to do, if I'll make the roof lift up into the hayloft. Now the barn won't open. This box won't open. But I might make it to where the hayloft lifts so that I'll have a little journal inside this, in the hayloft. So I might have the whole roof lift and to expose the journal inside, or that the journal can be taken out. I'm not sure exactly how I'll do that. But so first I wanted to just gesso the whole box and cover up the blackness of the box. But the box just looked like what a good box. What can I do with that? And this is what came to mind. And so I just wanted to show you just where my mind is going this morning. I just did put one movie up, full-length Disney movie. Well, what Disney movie? It's about these here dolls over here that I'm working on too. I'm working on them too. I just work on a bunch of stuff. And but then my journal will be my memories of the farm. And so then hopefully my children, who are awesome as ever, which I know my girls especially, they are very sentimental. I am very sentimental, and they are too. They're very sentimental. And so I'm going to make this in hopes that it'll last and pass down through the generations. That's what I'm hoping. And so I'm going to put in memories, because it was my grandparents' farm first before it was ours. So I'm going to put in memories of my grandparents, just my memories of living on this farm and living in Minnesota, because even though I have been in Florida since I was 14 years old, Minnesota, Esco, Minnesota is my home. On Church Road, that's my home. And when I talk about home, that's where my home is. My home is in Newport Richey, Florida, or Spring Hill, Florida. My home is Esco. And I loved it there. I loved it. It was, it just broke my heart that we had to leave that lifestyle and to leave home and leave the ice skating rinks and leave everything like that. All the memories are going to go in the journal that's going to be in this box. And this is what I thought. So it's going to be like a narrow, long journal, because I can make it as long as this box. And since the roof is going to be like to where, you know what a barn roof kind of looks like. They've got that special shape of them, the old Midwestern barns. They're just gorgeous. And that is what I'm going to do with this. And so I just wanted to show you what I'm starting. And I'm really looking forward to getting this done. I don't know what I'm going to do. My uncle painted a picture of the farm. I got to look at that picture again and kind of see on that picture exactly what the siding was and stuff, because I'm not sure exactly, and I wanted to make it close to what it was. And so that's what I wanted to show you. That's my start of the barn, my memory barn. It's going to be my memory barn. That's what this is going to be. It's going to be a memory. Now, I just thought that it's going to be an awesome idea. The house, I remember exactly how the barn was. I remember exactly how the inside of the barn was, how the hayloft was, the barn was, every bit of it. I'd like to eat. One day, if I get this done, I might make a barn that opens too. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But this is the kind of stuff I like to do. I love artwork. I just love it. And since I started with these art dolls and such as that, I'm just loving it. I'm just loving it. And so that's what I wanted to show you today. And also, when I was walking out to the mailbox, see, I went to, usually Hubster goes to the mailbox, but there was an email in my email saying that my card shuffler was delivered, and I thought, well, it didn't come in the mail yesterday, so I went out there, and yeah, they put it in the mailbox later that day. So, but then this was on the ground. This is out of a tree. Doesn't that look wicked? This is I don't remember what tree. I'll have to ask my husband what the name of that tree is. Seems like it's out of the sweet gum tree, but I'm not sure. But this is a most interesting little thing. Now, if you was to step on this barefooted, it would hurt. It would hurt really, really bad. But now I'm I'm going to get my grabber, because look at a grabber. I can't bend over really good, but then I got one of them grabbers. I'm going to go out there with a little bucket and my grabber, and I'm going to pick up me a few of these, because I want to make the decorations out of these. Stacy Evans made something the other day that got me to thinking, and she used, um, like pieces of twigs or branches, and she made like a long one at the bottom, and the next one a little bit shorter, and the next one a little bit shorter, and so it was like a tree. I mean, it was a Christmas tree shape. It's a Christmas decoration. And she had it all tied together with, I think, like twine or something, and then she had things put on it to make it look very rustic or primitive. It was gorgeous. I'll see if I can find a picture of that, or did she make a video of it? I think I just seen the picture, but she might have even made a video of it. If I can find that, I'm going to put that as a link so you can see. But I thought I'm going to make one of them, and I'm going to use these on there as decorations. I love these. These are so beautiful. Would you call them beautiful? Can you see there's like holes in it and pokies out of it? I think it's from the sweet gum tree. I'll have to ask my husband to be sure. But yeah, that's it. Okay, that's all I wanted to show you today. The beginning of my barn memory. My barn memory keeper. My farm memories keeper. I don't know what I'll call it, but something like that. Okay, love you guys. Oh, wait. I'm going to end up with paint and stuff on this book, but that's love. It's like love marks. Okay. Here, the one that I just, this one is about change. See, there's a little word up here that tells you what this is about. Look at my fingernail. You see that? I polished them red. They were red this morning. But then I had, this crackle nail polish that I don't know what I did with. But anyway, I put the crackle over it. But now I got, and so it like crackled. I'm just so fancy. Okay. This one's about change. Say, I am willing to change. Are you hesitating? Do you feel that this is not true? What is the belief that is in the way? Remember, it is only a thought, and a thought can be changed. When one door closes, another door opens. Life is a series of doors closing and opening. We walk from room to room having different experiences. Many of us would like to close some doors on old negative patterns and old blocks and things that are no longer nourishing or useful for us. Many of us are in the process of opening new doors and finding wonderful new experiences, sometimes learning experiences and sometimes joyous experiences. It is all part of life, and we need to know that we really are safe. It is only change. From the very first door that we open when we come to this planet to the very last door that we open when we leave, we are always safe. It is only change. We are at peace with our own inner selves. We are safe and secure and loved. With that, I want to say I love you all. Thank you so much for coming back and watching this video. And I want to ask God to watch over you, every step you take, every move you make. And I will see you on the very next video. God bless you all.